Hi kids, Kathleen Mashana, hosting another episode of the Blind Techie Geek Speaks Kids Edition podcast. It's storytime, listeners. Today's book I'm going to read to you is Pete the Cat and His Four Groovy Buttons by Eric Litwin, and then I will discuss about the Toot and Puddle cartoon from Nick Jr. Enjoy. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with four big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much, he sang this song. My buttons, my four groovy buttons. My buttons, my four groovy buttons. Pop. Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 3. Did Pete cry? Goodness no! Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my three groovy buttons. My buttons, my three groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no! Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my two groovy buttons. My buttons, my two groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness no! Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my one groovy button. My button, my one groovy button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. He kept on singing. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness no. We keep on singing. The end. Listeners, I hope you enjoyed today's story. Now I will discuss about the Toot and Puddle cartoon from Nick Jr. The cartoon follows the lives of two adventurous pigs, Toot and Puddle. They live in the fictional town of Woodcock Pocket with their parrot, Tulip. In the show, they learn about a different place or culture. In some episodes, Toot travels to a new location and sends a postcard to Puddle. In other episodes, they travel together. While watching the cartoon, you will learn social, communication, and problem-solving skills. In the episode, Opal loses a tooth / take a break, Toot and Puddle's cousin Opal visits Woodcock Pocket for the summer. She has a loose tooth. Opal puts the tooth under her pillow. She hopes the tooth fairy will bring her a present. Meanwhile, Puddle is worried the tooth fairy will get lost and not come. The episode ends with Opal getting a quarter from the Tooth Fairy. Listeners, when I was your age, I loved watching the Toot and Puddle cartoon. My favorite characters are Toot, Puddle, and Opal. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Ask a grown-up to click the subscribe button so that way you won't miss any new episodes. Listen to Blind Techie Geek Speaks Kids Edition wherever you get your podcasts. Bye for now.